Hey everybody, DC Construction here with you. Just doing a short video here on a custom spa that I'm building. It's a little tight in here so I can't get it all in the camera. So basically we're going to do a roughing of the plumbing right now for the main shower drain. What I did was I located the main drain, or one of the main drains in the house that goes down, and I connected to it. You see my connection right here, so you can't get any backflow. I don't know if you can see that because of the shadow. So right there, you see how it comes on a 45 there. So instead of hooking it up here, right, and teeing off, right, the water, if the water were to come down, it could eventually run back if it had enough water coming down, right, and you would get a bit of gurgling noise coming from your shower drain over there. So the best idea is to come down a bit, do a bend, a 45, and then come out on another 45 right there. Okay? And so basically when the water comes down, it is forced to go out that way instead of coming back, and there's no way it could ever come back up, especially since we made sure to put slope on all our drains and all our pipes. You have to have slope. If you don't have your slope, then obviously the water will always run back. But since there is slope and it's coming off on this angle, that is a key thing to know when you're doing plumbing, hooking up a drain in any situation. You never want to tee off, because if you tee, the water has a chance to go back. Unless you have some sort of a flap, you will always have water going backwards. So that's where you hook up to your main drain, and then we just went down to a 2-inch pipe from there because it's just water, so you don't need the big pooper pipe. So, and then you go all the way up, right? I just made 90. So then the next thing you want to do is, once you connect everything and you have good fall, you want to make sure you know exactly where your drain is going before you do any of the plumbing. Because if you try to run it in and then you put your drain in first without framing, or you don't know exactly where your drain is going to go inside the room, you can run into a lot of problems trying to redo it again, because it has to be perfect. Okay, so right now you put a little torpedo level on there. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, but that is dead nuts perfect, and that is key. So now you want to turn it the other way. I don't know if you guys can see that. Focus in a bit here. Where am I? There I am. Okay, it's not the best focus, but it's in the center, right? So that's exactly what you want. So it's perfectly level, so when you put your drain in, it's not going to sit on a weird angle when you do your tiles. So that is another key feature. So also, you want to make sure to have a P-trap. If it's just you do-it-yourselfers, if you're just hooking up a drain, and you think that you're just going to run the drain straight to a pipe, the one thing you may want to do is, it's called a P-trap. Every plumber knows this, and a lot of people who do stuff like this will know what it is. It's a P-trap. So basically that will stop the methane gases, or the gases coming from your sewage. It will leave a deposit in this right here. Water will always sit there, so the gases cannot go through the water and back up the pipe, right? And that's the reason you have a P-trap. Okay, so that'll stop the smells of the methane and everything coming in. So next you want to make sure, another thing is, when you're doing your drains, is if that's perfectly level as well, it should also be perfectly level sitting on your concrete. Okay, and it should be touching. So then when you do put your main drain on, right, I'm going to be doing a linear drain in this, so I'll show you guys that later. But the one style I have actually hooks into any style of other drain. So now when you put this drain in, okay, we are going to concrete it's going to go lower than that. But we are going to concrete up to this lip right here. Okay? So we're going to finish around there. We're going to use a screed. Right? We're going to pour a screed around it and slope everything to that drain. And then we're going to put our rubber membrane on. And then after we put our rubber membrane on, we're going to put another layer of screed down, slope everything into the drain. So if all screeds allow water to go underneath. I won't get into that right now. In one of my later videos, I'll get into that. But every screed you put down over top of your rubber membrane is not so if your screed fails, the rubber membrane will save it. Actually, all screeds are meant to allow water flow underneath. It's a sand-based. If it did not have water flow, you'd have constant erosion of the upper and lower surface. And again, we'll get into that into another video later. But anyways, that's your basic plumbing. So you hook up to your main drain, you come in, make sure everything has slope, make sure your drain is perfectly level, just above your P-trap, which is just before your drain, and make sure it's level with the concrete too as well, right? So it sits perfectly right on the drain pipe there, so everything's sitting nice and level. Okay, so that's your plumbing if you're going to do a shower in a basement or on a concrete floor. Okay.